so important for everyone. Will there be more to this story? You bet your boots there will be, and we will cover it here on Scared Monkeys Radio. Now, I promised to do this. I don't normally do this, but I will open up the phone for a few minutes here to take some phone calls. What did you think of tonight's program? What do you think of the case? What do you think of the undercover operation that was performed here and the confessions, plural, of Joran van der Sloot? You can call me now, 306-842-7884. I always get accused of saying the number too fast, so I'll say it slow, 306-842-7884. It's not a toll-free number. I won't keep you on the air very long, but you certainly can call in. I'd like to hear what you have to say about this. Of course, I want to thank all my guests this evening. They take away from their time to share what they have to say for you, and I'm just the host, and we try to give you a little different perspective, something that you don't normally hear, see, or read in the mainstream, and that's why we call this Main Street media here at Scared Monkeys Radio. So again, it's 306-842-7884. You can call in and we can talk about tonight's program. And I remind you that the webpage is www.scaredmonkeysradio.com. There, if you missed part of tonight's show, it will be archived and available later for podcasting, download. It's actually really neat. Once you get to the webpage, you can just play the show right from there. You don't even have to download it, and you can pick up the daily commentary and shows. I think they go back even a couple of years now. So if you have missed any, you certainly can go on and get them there. iTunes has the program and several other locations. So again, it's 306-842-7884. You can call in and we can talk about tonight's program, and we'll do that with this caller. Hello, caller.
Hey, Dana, it's Red. How are you this evening?
I'm doing fine. It's, it's not normally do we focus on just one topic during a show. We usually cover 4 or 5, but I thought it'd be really important tonight to spend the hour, actually a little more than an hour now, on the Holloway case and try to get as many good guests as we can. And I think we did a pretty darn good job. Help from you also, and I appreciate that.
Oh, please. I mean, it's all part of the common goal, Dana. I mean, Beth had some, Beth has brought up some great points. I mean, Mike brought up probably one of the best points of the evening in saying that if we could get the investigation as far away from the Aruban police, we'll probably solve the thing.
I laughed.
Unfortunately, the sad reality is that's probably the truth. And, what Peter DeVries did was, it's something, and he referenced it this evening, you don't see it that much on television anymore, and it's one of the problems that I have with television, with the news, is that it's gotten into complete tabloid television, and they've gotten away from the investigative aspect of, whether it be solving cases, whether it be delving into, political crime, you name it. I mean, they take the sensational approach, throw some pundits on who know less than nothing, that they're not even really that in tune with the nuances of a case. They tell them this is what you're talking about, and you get some of the most ridiculous dribble you could ever listen to. And what Peter DeVries did is something that, I mean, you and I both grew up with.
Yeah.
The investigative reporter getting to the bottom, and it's so stunning that he was able to do this, and it's so refreshing that somebody went out of their way and pulled this coup, and we all just sit back and say, when you got the defense attorneys in absolute free fall spin, you've done your job.
When we talk about the case and the case being solved, that term is a little bit subjective because it's not solved. An investigation and a case, proving a case, is a puzzle. You know that. But I would say darn sure that all the pieces of this puzzle are in the box. They just need to be put together, and let's hope that they're able to do that.
Yeah, and I think Peter, when Peter says it's solved, I think he's not just looking at from what he's done.
No.
I think he's connecting all the dots. I think he's looking at the stuff that was taken in the past, statements that were said. When the pundits are on the talk shows and they talk about corroborating evidence, it's there. I mean, all you have to do is read.
Yeah.
It's there. I mean, all these people have to do is stop talking and hearing themselves talk and actually look at the investigation, read the stuff that's been put out on the internet. And I don't mean just the subjective stuff or the opinion stuff. I'm talking about the facts that are out there, that so many people have done probably more work and more hard work than many of the TV shows and the producers out there, which they have the resources to do. This is just junk to public, devoting their time and their effort and their love for this family to want to get answers for what's happened to Natalee. I mean, there's so much out there that's so obvious. I mean, and then like I said, I mean, you know you got the upper hand when the lawyers have come up with 3 or 4 different ways to try to spin the story, and they're throwing anything up on the wall hoping that it sticks. When the public opinion starts to sway, when you have people in Aruba like a Rudy Cruz, who has really been no friend of the family, that's for sure.
That's true.
Turn on Euron. You know, there's that thing called momentum. It happens in sports. It happens in politics. It's happening right now in this case. And when you start to lose the case in the court of public opinion, and it's not just in the United States, when you start to lose it in Aruba with your own people, when you start to lose it in Holland with so many Dutch people on the Dutch blogs have just persecuted and crucified him, unmercifully more than we could ever, because he's one of theirs. And they finally, had it slapped in their face what this guy was all about. And, Beth graciously has, been front and center answering, the questions that you've asked tonight about just the rotten comments that Yoren made, and so flippant saying them that, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out that if someone is so rotten and callous, do you really honestly think that they had any good intention when they were with Natalee, whether it be on a beach or whether it be anywhere, or that anything that this guy has to, he's capable of anything. And when he does it, when he does some of this stuff in front of a camera, we can only wonder, Dana, what this man is capable of when the lights are turned out and nobody's looking.
Absolutely. Well said. Let's see if I can take some other calls. I appreciate it, Red.
Thank you so much, Dana. Great job.
Take care. Bye-bye.